In this video today, 3 ways science shows how gratitude changes you and your mind. Hi, welcome. I'm Amy Valentine, certified life coach, hoping to awaken within you a mindset that you can be, do, and have anything you desire. So today we're going to get a little scientific, okay? And talk about all the ways that gratitude can change your life. So, number 1, what is the first way science shows that gratitude can change you and your life? Well, what it does is when we practice thankfulness and appreciation, that creates coherence between our mind and our heart. Why is that important? Well, when we have coherence between the mind and the heart, that means we're in alignment with our highest good. And practicing gratitude, they found it creates that coherence naturally, just as a result of being thankful and grateful. And what they found was it increases that intuitive nature, that intuition that we're all born with, but unfortunately, it sort of gets knocked out of us. When we're young, that innate, that natural intuition isn't favored, right? We're taught to favor what other people think, do what other people do what they say. And it slowly sort of guides us away from that intuition. So practicing gratitude strengthens that heart-mind coherence, thus that intuition. You'll learn to hear it more and more and more with gratitude. The second way science shows that a practice of gratitude will help you and change you and your mind. It's all about the brain receiving signals. It's the heart that actually sends the mind, the brain, signals. Neurocardiology found that it's the heart that signals the brain, that the heart has neurons, just like the mind does, just like the brain does. And those neurons are firing. And so when we practice gratitude, those heart neurons get stronger. We practice gratitude and we can hear what's in our heart, and that heart signals the brain. So better thoughts, better decision making. It lowers the stress response in our body, and we get more and more balanced. And that leads me into the third way that science shows that a practice of gratitude strengthens your mind and strengthens your body as well. It's that they found that it's the heart actually that's smarter than the brain. That the energy in this heart chakra is stronger. It's something like 10 times stronger than the brain. So that energy of love, it's actually that energy that bridges the higher chakras and the lower chakras together. So the lower chakras are our feelings, our feeling states. And our higher top 3 chakras are our thinking chakras. And the heart energy center is the bridge that bridges them both. And why is that important? Because science has found that when the heart and the mind agree, that's when we manifest our desires, our pure desires, what we really want instead of what we don't want, right? So that sort of energy of love, that heart center, is the bridge. Now, keep in mind, it's not about being positive all the time. It's about understanding the path of least resistance. And that's what following our heart is meaning when we're following the path of least resistance, then we're getting more and more and more of what we want, because we're using what we don't want as a clarifying tool instead of the path of most resistance, which is hard work and struggle, and I have to earn my way. But if you notice in nature is really ruled by the path of least resistance. Without some resistance, nature wouldn't, survive. I don't know if you know that story. It reminds me of that story. There was one of the parks, the national parks in the United States, where they were having a problem with vegetation declining. The deer population was increasing. And they introduced 4 wolves. And what started to happen is now the deer had a predator. And so that's resistance, right? In this example. And once the deer were thinned out a bit, the vegetation started to grow, the water animals came back to the park, and everything had the natural flow. The homeostasis was balanced again, was created again. And that's how we can use these 3 ways that science has proven, right? That the importance of gratitude. Now let me show you 2 ways. Stick around, because I'm going to show you 2 ways you can practice this in your daily life. So the first one is from Neville Goddard. He is just a great wealth of information. He taught back in the 50s and 60s. And what he did to manifest his wishes is he would decode some of the parables in the Bible. And the one parable, I think it's from Matthew 11:24, and it's something like, I have it written down here. Hold on. No, it's John 11:4:1. Thank you, Father, that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me. Thank you, Father, that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me. So what did Neville do? He turned that statement from the Bible into an affirmation to manifest his desires. He would say, thank you, Father, that you have heard me, over and over and over, drowning his reasoning mind in that affirmation. Why? Because, again, that feeling of thankfulness and gratitude implies my wishes are fulfilled. It implies it's on its way to me. So what's another way you can cultivate a practice of gratitude to get more of what you want? Well, start a gratitude journal. And I don't mean write in this and make it like your job and do it every morning and do it no, just set the intention that you're going to create a gratitude journal and write down, when you feel inspired, things you appreciate about your life. And this is the way you cultivate this practice of gratitude. I'm so grateful and thankful for, and you write it down in your journal, or you say it to yourself, or you use Neville's technique. Thank you, Father, that you have heard me, because every desire is valid. And a little bit of resistance is good, because a little bit of what we don't want helps us get clear on what we do want. So I hope this convinces you to start to practice more thankfulness and gratitude, and that it's not just woo-woo, that science has backed this, that gratitude and attitude of gratitude brings you more of what your heart desires. So if you got any value or inspiration out of this video, please like and share it, and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks on how to manifest a life you love. Thank you and have a great day.